Good afternoon, Mr. Harrington, administrators, teachers, parents, guardians, family and friends, and members of the class of 2022. Welcome to Mepham High School's 84th annual commencement. Before we begin, although the skies have cleared, in the potential event of thunder or lightning, I will ask all guests to proceed to their vehicles, and graduates will go indoors and line up on the first floor as they did prior to the beginning of the ceremony. But we're going to have a beautiful ceremony. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing while Senior Victoria O'Shea performs our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you, Victoria. Wow. Please be seated. Today we celebrate and honor a special group of young men and women. The members of the class of 2022 are bright, kind, creative, outgoing, and have certainly learned how to be very resourceful over the last 4 years. I'm proud of their selflessness and compassion that they've displayed. Among this group of graduates are 181 National Honor Society members, 56 Seal of Biliteracy recipients, 29 student athletes who have committed to playing a sport in college, 8 AP Capstone Diploma recipients, 8 AP Capstone Diploma candidates, 25 Career and Technical Education Program graduates from our cosmetology program, from Barry Tech, from GC Tech, and from the Bellmore-Merrick Electric Training Program, and 11 Gilder Lehrman Scholars. Let's give them a round of applause. In addition to these accomplishments, several students in this class will join our military or have accepted professional positions for various organizations in the public and private sectors. Students have also been awarded over $44 million worth of scholarships and will attend some of the finest colleges and universities in the country. While we're here this afternoon to celebrate the talented young men and women of the class of 2022, we also thank our teachers, parents, and guardians for their support. Therefore, I ask our graduates to take a moment, turn around and recognize the teachers are in front of you, turn around and recognize the family members behind you who have guided you through your years of education with a round of applause. Now I would like to take this moment to recognize the leaders of this outstanding class. At this time, I ask that our class advisors, Ms. Wagner and Ms. Malone, along with our class officers, come to the front of the stage here so that I can present them with stoles. We have Senior Class President Anthony Scotto, Vice President Molly Walsh, Secretary Victoria O'Shea, and Treasurer Catherine Olson. Let's give them a round of applause, too. With the assistance of their advisors, these students helped guide us through their senior year and contributed significantly to their success. We would like to thank them and congratulate them again for all their hard work over the last 4 years. Next, as a special gift to our graduates, I invite our Poet Laureate of the class of 2022, Annika Streit, to the stage to address her classmates with the original piece, It's Time.
I tell myself that the whistling in my ear is simply the song of the wind tickling, when really it is the sound of time as she runs and blurs my vision and spins my head, and I beg her, please, please slow down. I can only see so much light before the night's embrace surrenders me. And the whistling grows louder and louder until I realize my legs have stopped growing, and it's them that are carrying me, and big arms aren't raising me to the sky, telling me that's where my dreams are, and my legs are running, running, running to greater things that I cannot see. And then I grasp so blind the green hairs of the ground, and I ask my ancestors to feed me from their ashes, so I'll be a phoenix and soar on wind song on my own wings, and I'll be my own beacon with my beak singing I miss you to the big world who swallows me almost. But the dandelion sprouting from the concrete crack smiles at me with her fierce wildness, and this time the wind time feels good in my hair that flies so wild, searching and searching, and I found it. It's the infant green of spring and the warm curved words of neighbors and the sweet smiles of strangers' dogs and the smell of a season changing and the sky that shocks with its blueness and all the things that make mouth ends turn up, and I let my heart be free, free as the wind time.
Thank you, Annika. That was beautiful. Over the last few weeks, I've been grappling with what I should speak to you about as my last graduating class. As I expressed this challenge to others, I was advised that whatever I decide, my message must be from my heart. So here we go. Whenever we observe our surroundings, we realize that although we are blessed with many remarkable things, the world does present us with challenges. Over the last few years, each of us has had to struggle, some more than others, to achieve various goals and to find success. In the end, all we want is to overcome such obstacles and lead a better life. You, the class of 2022, recognized early on that the only way to succeed is to just keep persevering with the tasks at hand, leading to progress and achieving what you have set to build without abandoning it halfway through. You remained focused and knew that things will eventually get better. And look, they did. Problems were, are, and will always be there, and the struggle is very real. We can never get rid of such problems completely, and sometimes we can't even change them. We all wish sometimes that we could change things that happened in the past, But there's a reason that rearview mirror is so small and the windshield is so big. Where we're all headed is so much more important than what we're left behind. When we solve one problem, we should be prepared to face and solve another. This is a constant cycle that we all go through as we age. But it is important to learn early on that we must face these problems with a good attitude and with optimism. It all comes down to our mindset. If we train ourselves to look at everything in life with a positive attitude, we'll find that all in life will just be fine. As you continue through the various chapters of your book called Life, it's important to maintain that positive outlook. If you have and maintain a positive attitude, you will always look at the better side of things and bring the best out of every situation. This will keep you content and will keep your mind at peace. A positive attitude helps us remain filled with faith, faith that something good will always lie ahead. Maintaining this mindset has kept you, the class of 2022, motivated and willing to always move forward. Over the last 4 years, I've witnessed how you learn that a positive attitude will keep you stronger and more triumphant. Let's take, for example, 2 recent events. In the county championship game, the girls' flag football team was down in the first half against Lynbrook. However, our ladies maintained a positive outlook. They remained determined and surpassed their opponent in the second half to eventually win the county championship, and then the Long Island championship a week later. The same is true with the varsity softball team. During the game in the county championship series, they also fell behind during their first game against their opponent by 7 runs. Throughout the game, I stood behind the ladies in the dugout and learned how they encouraged one another by saying, "You got this. Let's remain focused. We have to stay positive." That kind of thinking led to a huge 11-10 win after 9 innings. After 2 games, they also became county championship champs and eventually Long Island champs a week later. These are just 2 of many examples of how negativity is simply not in your DNA. So it's important that whatever you do, whatever the situation may be, always, always remain positive. It's the only way you'll find in life everything you'll essentially want, which is peace, love, success, and sunshine. Yes. Class of 2022, throughout your time at Mepham, you have already learned that sometimes life will come with unexpected surprises. But you all realize that you're not just survivors, you are warriors. And you're stronger than anything that life throws your way. Throughout adulthood, you will stumble and have questions about your future path, but just be willing to listen to that positive guiding voice, that GPS within yourself that makes you come alive and say, "You got this." Over the last 4 years, you continually encourage one another to strive for their best. So therefore, turn to the person on your right, turn to the person on your left, and just say, "Thank you. You got this." To be honest, when I became Mepham's principal 5 years ago, my goal was to have a positive impact on everyone that I met through a smile, a good laugh, or a changed heart. As it is my last year as your principal, I feel as if we were graduating together. I'm certain that all of you will be more than okay. You'll be happy, you'll be successful, and you'll be those optimistic agents of change that this world needs. You have all truly learned the reality of maintaining a positive outlook to achieve positive outcomes. Thank you, and congratulations to you and your families. Now, as a tradition that started several years ago, I will turn the graduation ceremony over to the students and allow the senior class president, Anthony Scotto, to serve as our master of ceremonies. The class of 2022 has been fortunate to have Anthony Scotto as their president for the last 4 years. Anthony has spent the last 4 years working with his fellow officers, Ms. Wagner and Ms. Malone, in planning activities, and most recently this past Thursday's beautiful senior prom. Anthony has proven to be dedicated and committed to everything that he has achieved, academically, athletically, and through service. He is respectful, kind, talented, and one of the most humble students that I've ever met. Besides the myriad of extracurricular activities that he's involved in this year, Anthony has also served as Mepham's student representative on the Bellmore-Merrick Board of Education this past school year. His leadership and character will prove to be of value when he attends the University of Virginia in the fall. Please welcome to the stage and to the podium your class president, Mr. Anthony Scotto.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to all. It is my honor to be standing before you as your senior class president, reflecting on the fun we had together throughout our 4 years of high school. I would like to thank everyone who has made today possible, from friends and family who have supported us every step of the way, to teachers who have worked tirelessly to educate us, and some special guests, such as Mr. Harrington, the Board of Education members, and our esteemed principal and assistant principals, Mr. Gomez, Mr. Del Rosario, Mr. Safina, and Dr. Karn. I would also like to take a moment to congratulate Mr. Gomez on his new position. This is his last graduation ceremony with us that he will be attending as the principal of Mepham High School, and he will be missed dearly. But we know that he will continue to do great things for the Bellmore-Merrick community. Our high school experience was unlike any other to come before us. We had a taste of normalcy to begin with, only for it to be stripped away from us halfway through our sophomore year. The next year and a half was tumultuous to say the least, filled with online learning over Google Classroom, a mask mandate, and uncertainty toward what the future would hold. I won't harp on the negative memories of the past too much, but I'm glad to say that we were able to end our senior year on a high note, with full in-person learning, a removal of the mask mandate, and a return to our beloved class events like Homecoming, Mr. Mepham, St. Baldrick's, and Battle of Classes, to name a few. Most importantly though, I wanted to take time to remind you that you did it. High school can be one of the most stressful times of your life during normal years, so coming out on top and graduating after a global pandemic plagued the world is truly incredible and a huge accomplishment. And you haven't done it alone. Our shared experiences have unified us as a class, whether you've realized it or not. Kicking off each year, we gathered at the Pirate Fest to support the various clubs that Mepham has to offer before we cheered on our varsity football team as they played in their homecoming game. Sitting side by side with each other in the auditorium at the Mr. Mepham pageant, we laughed together as we watched parody music videos and stand-up comedy acts, and then we cried together as we heard some beautiful vocal performances. Next, we came together as a community to raise countless thousands of dollars for the St. Baldrick's Foundation at the annual Chop Your Locks event in the hopes of achieving a goal so near and dear to Mepham, finding cures for childhood cancers. As Ms. Geller has noted, we do it for the cause, not the applause, always with such humility and poise. Finally, we joined forces as a grade to participate in Battle of the Classes, putting our best foot forward and trying our hardest to win. As sophomores, we defied the odds by coming in a close second place, and then finally this year, as seniors, we took home the long-awaited win. But of course, winning is not everything. What's more important are the bonds that we fostered with the people beside us at each of these events every step of the way. Although we'll all be headed our separate ways next year, we'll always be a part of a Mepham Class of 2022 family. Remember, once a pirate, always a pirate. We started high school as naive children, some thirsty for knowledge, others excited for sports and extracurriculars, all of us curious about the types of people that we would soon become. As you've gone through this journey of self-discovery over the course of your high school career, you've experienced some of your highest highs and lowest lows. You felt alive, on top of the world, invincible, like nothing had stopped you. But no one's saying that it was all sunshine and rainbows. Despite all the fun we'd had, we've definitely gone through some trying times as high school students, but these times were few and far between. With such a great support system here at Mepham, there was always someone looking to lend us a hand through whatever struggle that we faced, whether it was a friend, a family, or a faculty member. And to be quite honest, you will still encounter these high highs and low lows as you continue on to the next phase of your life, whether that's college, trade school, joining the workforce, or wherever else your path may take you. However, I dare you to strive for excellence in whatever you do as you figure yourself out. As a hurdler on the school's track team, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention hurdling some point in this speech. In my race, there's 10 hurdles, but in life, there's always going to be another hurdle that you have to get over. Attack each hurdle with the right combination of determination, form, and technique, and you will be sure to make it to your finish line in life, wherever that may be. I implore you to take a leap of faith, venture into the unknown, do things outside of your comfort zone, and most importantly, make the most of it all. Thank you so much, Mepham. Their traditional definition of a high school salutatorian is the student with the second highest average in the graduating class. Justin Diaguardi, the salutatorian of the class of 2022, is an exceptional student. Justin is an AP Scholar with distinction, member of multiple honor societies, a natural leader, and well respected among his peers and Mepham's faculty. Whether it's participating in spring track or organizing a community service activity through the Leo Club, Justin has proven to be a committed and devoted scholar. He will continue his education next year when he attends Northwestern University in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, your salutatorian, Justin Diaguardi.
Hello everyone. It is a great honor to be speaking to you all today, as we're on the verge of accomplishing an incredible milestone and are about to embark on a pivotal next chapter in our lives, whether that be entering college, the workforce, or choosing another pathway. I would like to thank all of the incredible people who should be recognized for their hard work in helping us reach this special day. Thank you, Mr. Gomez, for making Mepham a safe and enjoyable environment. You have been an amazing person during your high school years. The class of 2022 couldn't have asked for a better principal, and we wish you the best of luck in your new position next year. Thank you, Superintendent Harrington, the Board of Education, and Assistant Principals, Mr. Del Rosario, Mr. Safina, and Dr. Karn. Thank you, teachers, for bringing out the best in us during our high school years. A special thanks to our loved ones who have stayed by our side and motivated us along the way. In particular, I would like to thank my family for always being there for me. Thank you, Dad, for motivating me to never settle for anything less than I am capable of. Thank you, Mom, for making me realize that I should always be grateful, as there's always someone going through something much worse. Thank you, Alyssa, for being the biggest influence in my life, shaping me into the person who I am today. And thank you, Jordan, for making me laugh and serving as the reminder that family is the most important thing to me. And how could I forget my amazing classmates, who have helped make my years at Mepham memorable. Well, guys, we did it. We're finally here on graduation day. I remember the feeling just 4 years ago, when we had been the 8th grade, when we had gone from being the big 8th graders at Grand Avenue to the little freshmen here at Mepham, the little fish in the big pond of possibilities. We could have all just done the bare minimum and skated by our high school years with ease, but we didn't. In some shape or form, we all got involved, dedicating hours on end to becoming fully immersed in all that Mepham has to offer. Matter of fact, classmates, when I mention a way that you contributed your time for the betterment of the Mepham community, I would like you all to please rise. Please rise if you were involved in a sport here at Mepham. If you were involved in the production of a Mepham play. If you took part in a club during your high school years. If you attended any Mepham event, whether that be a sports game, battle of classes, a play, or more. And finally, please rise if you enjoyed your high school years. If you look around, we're all sick, because we all got involved and had an amazing time during our high school years. And now that we're all standing, let's give ourselves that standing ovation which we deserve. Please be seated. These last 4 years were memorable, but throw a global pandemic into the mix, and now that sounds like an unforgettable high school experience if you ask me. In March of 2020, the world came to a halt, but we decided to keep going. We all worked towards accomplishing a common goal of reaching normalcy through the introduction of online learning, barriers, and masks. And we, the class of 2022, have solidified our place in the history books, as we're the first graduating class since COVID to have overcome the mask mandate, as we're beginning to see glimmers of hope to a normal future ahead. Just before the pandemic, the world lost basketball legend Kobe Bryant, who was idolized by many for his work ethic and determination. However, his Mamba mentality continues to live on and motivate others. The 5 pillars of Kobe's Mamba mentality include resilience, fearlessness, obsessiveness, relentlessness, and passion. And these 5 traits perfectly define the class of 2022. First up, resilience, which is a trait that we've displayed on both the academic and athletic level. We've shown our resilience in the classroom, as we've all worked hard to overcome difficult courses. Our sports teams have demonstrated resilience time and time again, constantly making adjustments to perform at their best. Next up, fearlessness. During our high school years, we weren't afraid of failure. We embraced it. We've challenged ourselves in all aspects of life, and each mistake that we made along the way only made us stronger. Next up, obsessiveness. Whether you would like to admit it or not, we've all been obsessed with Mepham High School, as we love to show off our school spirit and see our friends each day. In our hearts lies a special place for Mepham, as we'll constantly think back to all the good times over the years. From sports games to fun club events, our years at Mepham are irreplaceable. The next trait is relentlessness. We've all been faced with adversity during our high school years, but our relentlessness is what kept us going. Our determination is a major reason why the class of 2022 is one of the most impressive classes to ever walk the halls of Mepham. And finally, passion. Every last one of us has developed a hobby over the past 4 years. Whether you're passionate about art, sports, your grades, your job, or something else, your devotion is what pushed you to unforeseen levels of greatness. I hope you all keep in mind the Mamba mentality next year in college and for your life beyond. Now it's time for us to do what any pirate does. Go follow the map that connects the person you are today with the person you want to become, and go get that treasure. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Justin. With the highest academic average of the class of 2022, Helena Fu has earned the distinction of Mepham's Valedictorian. Helena has been recognized as an AP Scholar with Distinction, a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, and a member of multiple honor societies. Along with her impressive academic accomplishments, Helena was a fierce badminton player, a talented artist, and altruistic at her core. She is truly sensible, compassionate, and always guided by empathy. Helena will continue her education next fall and attend the Sciences Po Paris Columbia University Dual BA program. Ladies and gentlemen, here to speak to you as your class valedictorian, Helena Fu. Helena Fu.
Hi everyone. Thank you all so much for coming today to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2022. I would just like to take a few moments to truly express our class's appreciation for the people who made today possible. First, thank you to our principal and assistant principals, Mr. Gomez, Dr. Karn, Mr. Safina, and Mr. Del Rosario, as well as our superintendent, Mr. Harrington, the assistant superintendents, and the members of our amazing Board of Education for all you do for our school. Thank you also to our teachers and the Mepham staff who have inspired and motivated us since the beginning of our education at Mepham. I would also like to express our appreciation to our wonderful counseling center for guiding us throughout this last year and for helping us to prepare for what comes next on our journey. And finally, thanks to the family and friends who are sitting here today, the people who have shown us unconditional love and support, and without whom today would not have been possible. As we all know, today is a very special day. Graduation is often viewed as the conclusion of one chapter of our lives. You hear about how today is a time to say goodbye to the people of our childhoods, and the idea that graduation is the end is one that surrounds today's celebration. Viewing graduation as the end of a chapter makes us think that whatever happened in this part of our lives is over, and that it will be forgotten or unacknowledged for the impact it has made. But instead of viewing today as a conclusion, I invite you all to think of it as more of a continuation. Rather than being a timeline that we can easily follow, where one event directly leads to the next, life takes on many different turns. We often hear the phrase, the tree of life, and in fact, the components that help make a tree stand proud and tall are the same ones that have shaped us into who we are today. The roots, the parts of the tree that developed first. Our roots are our culture, our heritage, traditions, families, and friends. They are the people and values who ground us when life becomes difficult. Our families, the people whose kind natures have taught us patience, love, and respect. They are the ones who nurtured us, who cared for us, and who helped us to grow. Our friends, the people who grew up alongside us, the ones who taught us that we can find and create families away from home. Our roots keep us from falling down when we encounter adversity and challenges. And regardless of the twists and turns of the life ahead, you, our family, and our friends are the ones who began it all. While we all have different origins, our roots have converged to a single point, Mepham. Our education has become the trunk through which we lay the foundation for our lives, our careers, and our passions. Just as a tree trunk is composed of rings, Our foundations are composed of teachers, administrators, staff members, coaches, counselors, mentors, and role models. You are the ones who have taught us how to think for ourselves, how to find confidence and bravery when facing the unfamiliar. Your lessons have made us strong and resilient to challenges, and you have helped to foster the growth of the foundation that allows us to branch out into the future. The branches, the various ways we will continue to grow and change, and the different twists and turns that life will take us on. From our proud roots and strong trunks, we will continue to branch out and shape the people we want to be. We will find new passions, make important decisions, and forge new relationships. As the seasons change and we continue through new stages of life, the obstacles we encounter and the sacrifices we might make will change us. There may be moments that cause parts of us to change colors and fall away, but there will always be new growth and opportunities ahead. In the years to come, though we may find ourselves growing in many different directions, and though the space between us may increase, I know we will continue to grow alongside each other. A tree with deep roots and a strong trunk can stand tall for 100 years. Give or take, that's what we've been given in this life. And we've been granted all that we need to branch out into the world. What we do with that time becomes the seed for the next generation. Just as we grew from the efforts and sacrifices of those before us, we must become the roots of the future. To the class of 2022, you've all accomplished so much over the past 17 to 18 years. The life ahead of you is filled with many more experiences, successes and failures, new friends, new role models, and new opportunities. Today is not the closing of the chapter on who you are, but the stepping stone for you to continue shaping who you want to be. Your future is yours to explore, and I really can't wait to see the people who you grow into. So I'd like to conclude by saying that today is not a goodbye, but an invitation to celebrate all that we are now and all that we will accomplish and become in the future. Congratulations again to the class of 2022, and I wish you all an incredible day of remembrance. Thank you.
Thank you, Helena. Several years ago, we started a tradition of allowing our choir to sing at the graduation ceremony. This year, we have the outstanding group, Mepham Capella, who has serenaded us at concerts, receptions, and other special events throughout the year. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Miss Christina Demetrio and Mepham Capella, who will sing The Parting Glass by the Wailing Jennies and The Road Home by Stephen Paulus.
Let's give Ms. Demetra and the members of Mepham Capella another round of applause. Beautiful. Let's also thank our student speakers, Anthony Scotto, Helena Fu, and Justin Diaguardi, doing a remarkable job. We will now pay honor to all of our graduates as we call them to the stage to receive their diploma case. I ask our assistant principals, Dr. Karn, Mr. Del Rosario, Mr. Safina, to come forward to assist with the reading of the names of our candidates for graduation. I also ask our superintendent, Mr. Harrington, to join me at the left of the stage in handing out the diploma cases.
Helena Fu. Justin Diaguardi. Anthony Scotto. Molly Walsh. Victoria O'Shea. Catherine Olson. Maya Abdul Razak. Emily Adamo. Danya Ahmed. Jordan Aland. Jefferson Alvarenga. Sebastian Alvarez. Aiden Amato. Gianna Ambrosino. Nicholas Anusis. Paige Antonaire. Amazane Auchiche. Amacrane Auchiche. Keith Argenzio. Lucas Aronsky. Leo Asta. Chris Atesh. Christopher Attiles. Emiliano Avalos. Melanie Baez. William Barlow. Christian Barrera. Giovanna Barrett. Sarah Becci. Jordan Vidisi. Michael Bello. Matthew Belitsky. Danielle Viscardi. Camelin Blake. Courtney Blum. Annalise Boglione. Justin Boland. Dylan Bedanza. Joseph Bongo. Lauren Borquin. Alessandra Bracco. Jake Braglia. Olivia Brill. Juliana Rocks. Gianna Brodsky. Ryan Brown. Taisha Bruno. Teresa Bruno. Timothy Burns. Akil Butt. Abigail Calder. Brenna Camacho. Nicholas Carano. Emily Carter. Casey Cassio. Dominic Casella. Caitlin Casimir. Curtis Casimir. Sean Cates. Michael Cerati. Gervin Charles. Mustafa Chima. Jackie Chen. Kayla Chang. Carter Chiarello. Julia Chiquillo. Riley Clark. Liam Conklin. Nicholas Courage. Chase Cremeni. Hunter Curtis. Aiden Diambra. Zoe Delaris. Nicholas Dato. Alexandra Deck. Jamie DeLuca. Emma De Oliveira. Melissa De Oliveira. Deanna DeToro. Connor Donovan. Nicholas Duaney. Christopher Dubon. Vaughn Duque. Bridget Edney. Nora Eisenstein. Yasmin Espinoza. Tyler Usler. Joseph Farina. Madeline Finelli. Daniel Fitzgerald. Caitlin Flannery. Ava Florsha. Sarah Forcelli.
Sarah Geisert. Andrew Gallagher. Murad Gawish. Leanne Ghazi. Joseph George. Victoria Gibney. Shayna Junta. Brian Goldstein. Alyssa Gonzalez. Brianna Gonzalez. Corey Gray. James Griffin. Amanda Grossman. Christopher Garaccio. Haley Guerrero. Harry Guerrero. Gianna Guglielmo. Rachel Gailiev.
Yeah, Rachel.
Hassan Hafiz. Morgan Hafke. Maxwell Hahn. Aiden Hamoud. Terry Hatcliffe. Jack Hellerer. Chloe Henderson. Patrick Hennessy. Frankie Perliff. Kaylee Hess. Kiara Hess. Marnie Hockman. Dean Holtzman. Nicholas Honorkamp. Justin Howe. Malik Hussein. Ava Iannoni. Adriana Yema. Joseph Jarnarsik. Cody Johannes. Anthony Karagianis. Bryn Casper. Aliza Kazmi. Evan Kalesh. Ryan Kurtzner. Connor Kastenbaum. Ibrahim Kidwai. Samantha Klein. Victoria Koenig. Catherine Kruger. Catherine Kruger. Max Lancer. Gianna Laspina. Jessica Leibowitz. Kayla Lewis. Delaney Lobel. Janae Laforte. Logan Logiudisi. Gabrielle Lopez. Michaela Laporto. Amelia Rose Mendato. Summer Marfani. Connor Markhart. Megan Martinishan. Alexander Martucci. Thomas Morrow. Kylie McCauley. William McCormick. Mia McElwee. Brianne McNeil. Catherine McNearney. Jeremy McPartland. Melanie Melhap. Kevin Milady Breslin. Rachel Milady Breslin. Luke Melfa. Nicholas Marola. Megan Merting. Anthony Messina. Charlotte Mayer. Gia Michio. Anthony Migliaccio. Ariana Miller. Spencer Mills. Brendan Moran. Sarissa Moreno. Alana Morse. Alexandra Mulqueen. Zainab Munir. Alex Neza. Mandy Nee. Cassandra Neidfeld. Christopher Neidfeld. William Neidfeld. Taina Nieves. Alexa Nilsson. Stephanie Nodelman. Amanda O'Brien. Catherine Orellana. Joshua Ostroff. Juan Palacios Sanchez. Maggie Polisi. Remy Payne.
Andrew Paz. Ian Peckman. Riley Peckman. Julie Penenapede. Molly Pernick. Kylie Person-Pierre. Lindsay Person-Peary. Christopher Peterkin. Andrew Pham. Ted Piccinini. Caitlin Pierce. Jacob Pincus. Adriana Pioli. Anthony Ponturo. Nicholas Ponturo. Dimitri Padamoussis. Angela Crano. William Prostic. Malaya Polano. Danielle Radzitsky. Evan Ramirez. Serena Ramator. Kenneth Rand. Ava Renna. Elizabeth Reyes Valle. Ronald Resnick. Lauren Richards. Emma Riffle. Miguel Rivera. Ty Roberts. Alexandra Rodriguez. Yasmin Reyes. Alyssa Romandetto. Amanda Romano. Olivia Rooney. Juliana Rosenthal. Anthony Russo. Jack Russo. Let's go, champ! Alexander Ratigliano. Paul Sadowski. Nicholas Salas. Karina Salmeri. Rihanna Santiago. Keith Satriana. Anthony Scarola Villani. Ava Scheffler. Dawson Schuer. Alyssa Shimenti. Hunter Schreck. Sophia Schroeder. Louis Savita. Haley Sheelig Nesbitt. Brandon Seamer. Luciana Seta Ducate. Mohammed Abdullah Sheikh. James Sharp. Constantina Segales. Emma Smith. Caitlin Smith. Edwin Sorno. Vincent Spano. Jordan Stark. Haley Stork. Annika Strike. Keon Sutherland. Michael Sikora. Robert Tanzi. Gabriel Terra. Layla Theodule. Mark Thomas. Gabriella Torrey. Maria Torres. Peter Travlos. Kara Trenkel. Miriam Turman. Peter Zimas. Isabel Olmschneider. Kyle Olmschneider. Anne-Marie Varghese. Asia Vergatos. Antonio Villani. Caitlin Beatty. Sophia Wang. Connor Ward. Kayla Weber. Nicola Wood. Ray Zhao. Jin Yang. Ariel Yosha. Emily Yuck. Jari Zaidi. Victor Zeidenfeld. Daniel Ziegler Jr. Sophia Zizzo. And Caden Zuckerberg.
Before I begin the confirmation of graduates, I would like to thank Dr. Karn, Mr. Safina, Mr. Del Rosario, Ms. Wagner, Ms. Malone, our department chairs, Mr. McHugh, the rest of our security team, our clerical team for arranging the components of this ceremony. Also, a special round of applause to Mr. Pennington and the outstanding custodial crew for helping make this year's ceremony special. They put this all together in the rain and dried it all up for us before we came on board, so I really thank them for that. I also thank our very supportive central office administration, especially our superintendent, Mr. Harrington, who's here with us today, and the Board of Education, who congratulate you on all your achievements. Thank you to all the parent organizations, our site-based committee, for all your continued guidance and assistance. And finally, notice DM Broadcasting is here. They're recording today's ceremony, and a link will get emailed to all of you within the next 2 to 3 hours. Diplomas can get picked up immediately following this ceremony by the back entrance. Someone will be there to guide you. Additionally, the PTA will have refreshments for graduates and their families on the front circle. So now is the time that everyone's been waiting for. Oh yeah. So will the members of the class of 2022 please rise? Members of the Board of Education, I certify to you as trustees of the Bellmore-Merrick Board of Education and Mr. Harrington, our superintendent, that the students before you have completed the required number of credits and passed the New York State exams in order to participate in this ceremony. Graduates, before my final words, you may move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side. With the authority vested in me by the State Department of New York and the Bellmore-Merrick Board of Education, I declare you the class of 2022 graduates of Wellington C. Mepham High School. Congratulations.